Hello everyone and welcome to Lovella's Coloring. What I have here for you guys is box number 2 from Felissimo. If you don't know what Felissimo is, it is a Japanese company that I subscribe to receive their Tokyo Seed 500 colored pencils. So each month I will get a case with 20 colored pencils that were put together in a theme. So these 500 Felissimo colored pencils are separated into 25 themes, and each month I won't know which one I will receive, which is one of the exciting parts about this subscription. And another thing about this subscription is that you can't cancel it once you start. So you have to make sure when you do decide to get these pencils that you're committed to pay the amount every month for the next 25 months. If you want more information about the pencils and the subscription part, I do recommend watching my first unboxing of these pencils. And so I will provide the link to that one down below in the video description. After the unboxing, I will also share how I make my little color swatches for these pencil sets. It was a request, so I just wanted to include it in this video. And I will also share my review for these Felissimo 500 colored pencils. So that's going to be after the unboxing. Before we get started, I just want to give a big thank you to my lovely subscriber, Rebecca, who has been so nice to help answer questions from other subscribers who are interested in these pencils and has several questions about them. I believe she is almost done with her subscription, which is just so exciting. And I want to give in advance congratulations to Rebecca on completing her Felissimo 500 colored pencils collection. And yeah, I'm just so happy for her, and also so very thankful for all of her help and her suggestions. And one of her suggestions that I want to share is that instead of the doll 155, which I said I purchased in my first video to use to sharpen these pencils because they are square barrel, these have a bigger hole so you can fit it in there to sharpen. But the thing I was complaining about in my first video was that these metal grips here were leaving dents on my pencils. So she suggested, I believe Connie, she's CB's Coloring and Crafts, she also suggested, so thank you Connie and Rebecca, that I get the doll 133. So I went and got the doll 133, which wasn't expensive at all. It was like about $11 for this. These have rubber grips in it and they're rounded, so once you stick it in there, it will stay and hold for you to sharpen. Another thing that I like about the 133 is that it stays open compared to the 155, which it just does not stay open. I would have to hold it open. But for me, I'm using certain pencil sets for each of these sharpeners. For the doll 133, I'm using it for the Felissimos and for my Holbeins. So yeah, these are very gentle for both of the pencils. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So if you get this, I do suggest getting the doll 133. So let's go ahead and get started with the unboxing. Okay, so I like that they say fragile, so it's handled with care. It is sent through DHL. I actually got this box, got the box like a week and a half ago. I had to put it away so I wouldn't be tempted to open it. I just had a lot of other videos that I wanted to make sure I completed before I did this unboxing. So. Oops, wasn't even straight. Get this open. They have cute bubble wraps. Sorry. It says thank you and then Felissimo. Really cute. Go ahead and put this aside. You can see it. And then it's just my receipt in here, so I'll go ahead and take out this box. There we go. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, let me go continue opening this. Sorry for all the crinkling. Okay. So this is how the case looks like. Look at those colors. Just like nice summer colors. I wonder what the theme is called. So here is a craft card for the 500 colored pencils. It gives you instructions in both Japanese and in English. It's like a, oh cute. You color it in. Make a little booklet out of it. Really cute. I like how they add little crafting stuff for your pencils. So it says 500 colored pencils, Tokyo Seed, made with happiness in Japan, then Felissimo. So this one is called Morning. So this has the pencils from 161 to 180. And it says, flicking through pages of newspaper, morning dew sets on fresh green grass. Colorful birds swoop through the trees. Yesterday is a thing of the past. Okay, so when we open it, we have here, it's like their swatch. I didn't color it in my first set. I decided to just make my own, but this is what it looks like. So you have, I'm thinking it's the Japanese translation and the English of the title, or not title, but the name of the color. That Morning Lawn, Daylight Song. Really nice. Let me go ahead and show you the pencils. Let me go ahead and zoom you in. Okay, it's just so pretty looking at the colors through the case. So it's a plastic case, nice and sturdy. Then they have a foam to hold the pencils in. So go ahead this way. So I'll go ahead and show you here. You see, this one says Sunshine Kick. We have Morning Lawn. Very pretty. Encouragement. This one says Elderflower Spritz. We have Crisp Air. High Splash. Water Wake Up. That's a pretty one. Bounty Bliss. Newspaper Ink. Sweet Tea. This one is Surreal Sky. Light Breeze. Wonder Walks. Tangy Citrus. Daylight Song. Honeycomb Heaven. It's pretty. Creamed Butter. Peach Slice. Horizon Heat. And Danish Delicious. So pretty. Look at these colors. It's like nice summer pastel colors. I have to think of a page to color with these pencils. So let me go ahead and get this swatch out. So this is the color swatch card I made to use to swatch my Felissimo pencil sets. So this one has 20 lines for the 20 pencils for each of the themes. And I'll show you a finished one. This is from my first one. This is my first set that was sent to me. And you can see that I'm able to fit the name of the pencils. I have a nice gradient for each of the colors on the right side, and it fits nicely in the case where I want to keep it, because each of the sets, I think you can color a page or color something with it. Like with the Happy Winter set, I was able to color this page, except for the background. The background is with soft pastels, but I was able to use every pencils from the Happy Winter set to color in this illustration. And I'm hoping to find an illustration that's good for this set, which I hope I can finish by the end of this month so I can share it with you. So the card, I made the card from this. I don't use the computer to create any color swatches for myself. I just use pencil and a ruler and measure it all out. Then I use a marker to darken up the lines. So I just create this one, and I use this one template to make copies of it, and then I use a paper trimmer to cut them all up into little cards. Just like that. So if you want to do one like this, the column on the right side is 1 inch there, and the column on the left side where you're going to write the name is 1.25 inches, and then each line is 0.25 centimeters. So that's how I measured it out, and I only had it go up to here. And then yeah, so I just printed out like this, and I only printed like a couple of cardstock first, and then that was enough to make 12 cards of these. So let's go ahead and get started with swatching the card. I'm going to go ahead and write names of all of the pencils first. Okay, so here is the finished swatch for the morning set of this Felissimo colored pencils. And I love how pastel and light and delicate the colors are. I did try to do a gradient of the color, so I started off light and then build up the color. It's hard to tell like on the cream butter and the elderflower spritz, but I did try to build up the color. I like that there's no real like buildup of wax. These are wax pencils, so yeah, it's not like the Prismacolors. If you keep going over that over and over again, you can see a buildup of wax. But this one, not so much. I'm sure it'll probably happen if I just keep on going over it. But just the way it is right now, it's a really nice gradient of the colors. So yeah, so this is pretty much the end of the unboxing for box number 2. And so I said that I was gonna do a review of these pencils. So just to repeat what I said in the first video, these pencils are different from other colored pencils because of the square barrel. And if you can see the really thick core, kind of like the Derwent pencils. I did sharpen each of the pencils with a Doll 133. Had no problems, no breakage with the lead. I didn't notice any of the pencils being like bent. I did notice in one of my new colored pencils that I got a couple months ago or last month, the Black Widow, one of my pencils, I found out that it was actually like bent. So it's nice to see that, you know, these pencils are really well made. And of course, on the pencil you see the name of the color of this pencil. The whole barrel is the color of the lead. And then on the other end, on this end, you have the number for this pencil out of the 500, and it says Japan because it's made in Japan. And then on the other side, it has 500 colored pencils and then Felissimo. So that's the pencil. Really nice. And again, you know, as I was doing the swatch, it was very smooth, very easy to use, very comparable to the Holbein colored pencils. They just glide on the cardstock. It doesn't feel scratchy or anything like that. The difference between the Holbein and these Felissimos is that for me, the Holbeins are a lot more soft. The core or the lead is softer than these Felissimos. The Felissimo colored pencils, the lead reminds me of the polychromos, the Faber-Castell polychromos. So you are able to keep the sharp tip longer. And when I colored my illustration here with the Happy Winter set, I didn't even sharpen it any more than when I first sharpened it from the swatching I did on the video. So, and I still didn't I don't think I didn't, oops. No, I didn't do any more sharpening. So this one, I used this color a lot. Forgot, I think some for her skin on the mushroom. So you can see it's still pretty sharp. If I were using the Holbein, I would have been sharpening it again just to get that sharpened tip. So again, yeah, I've said it in a lot of the comments on the first video. These pencils are like the Holbeins, and the lead are as hard as, for me, it seems like as hard as the Faber-Castell polychromos. And I was asked about pigment, how does it lay colors. So you watched my swatching, how I laid down the colors. I started off light, and then I build up the color, and that does it very nicely. Let me go ahead and do it on this cardstock right over here. Let me go ahead and pick a color. Let me pick this light breeze. This light breeze. Let me do the one that the way I color. So if I were gonna do like a gradient of this one color, I'm slowly building up the color. This is cardstock that I am coloring on, just the same cardstock that I use to print out my PDFs and color on those. So yeah, so this is just building up the color and building it up. And you can see that the color really matches the core and the color that's on the pencil. Really nice. And then, you know, I know there's some people that start off hard and go soft. I'm not really good at that, but I'll show it to you. So here, going hard, and then I'm just going to softly like that. So this is hard and go off softly. So you can see the pigment, I mean, after the first run, like it lays down really nice color. Look how smooth it looks. It felt smooth going in, like as I was coloring it. This one, this is me. I just like starting off lightly and then just building up the color and just softly go out. But another thing I was asked in the comments was, how do they blend? So let me go ahead and pick another color to blend with. What is this? Light breeze. How about I pick morning lawn, just like a really bright yellow. So I'm gonna do this way. I'm gonna color the way I colored this top one, which is a light layer. I don't know if I picked the right color for this, but very easy to lay down the color. Go here. I should go hard, and then so this is like two opposite colors. Let me show one where it's like two colors. Let me see. Let me pick out Horizon Heat and let me try Sunshine Kick. So this is gonna go hard like this one here. So this is Horizon Heat, so I'll go hard and then softly fade out the pencil. I'm just gonna go over it again. And then I'm gonna come in with the Sunshine Kick. Just gonna go over like 2/3 of it, and then So this is like one color you can use together. So yeah, let's see. So these are like the same colors, just the lighter and darker. Here's opposite colors, the blue and yellow. I like using this for what is it, flowers, like I did with the morning, or not morning, the happy winter. The flower, that's with blues and yellows, that on that set. So again, you can easily blend these two together. It's fun picking out which colors to put together just from this one set. So let me put this aside. Another question that was asked from my first video was, can we get these Felissimo pencils open stock? And I read through the website, the Felissimo website, and they said that no, you cannot get them open stock. And I know that could be a big negative about these pencils for some people, but for me, you know, the way I look at it is that there are 500 colors, and I think we're going to see colors that are slightly similar to each other. I don't know if you'll see them all in a set. They might be put in other sets as a theme, so you won't see it unless you put all of the colors in order. So, you know, I think that you'll not have to keep using one color all the time. You can always switch the colors up using colors that are similar. And I also think that, you know, if these pencils are going to be your only set of colored pencils, then yes, this set wouldn't be worth it to subscribe and get. But for myself, you know, I have a lot of colored pencils. I look at each of them differently. They have unique qualities that are great to use for different situations, different papers or cardstock, or they have their unique colors. So I don't see myself using up these 500 Felissimo colored pencils fast or needing a replacement like within a year. And yeah, I'll be savoring these pencils for certain books, certain illustrations, or, you know, I'll probably use it if I only need a certain color from the set. And that's the same with how I use my Holbeins. I only use my Holbein colored pencils for certain books and for certain illustrations. Another question that was asked is whether these Felissimo 500 colored pencils were worth getting. And it's a hard question for me to answer because I really think it depends on the person. Everyone is different. What their needs with colored pencil is different. Some people don't even use colored pencils that much, and they use other mediums to color. And so for me, I love colored pencils. I love using pencils, you know, like for a whole page. It does take me forever, but you know, I do love using colored pencils. I love the effects that it gives by using different colors. And so with these Felissimo colored pencils, I love the fact that they have 500 colors, and I can't wait to see each and every one of them. The hardest thing for me, I think why it took me 3 years to finally decide to do this subscription, is because of the price. The price is a big factor for me, and when you figure out how much it is with the yen rate and converting it to dollars, it is a big difference. I had to be ready to accept how much it's going to be, and it wasn't until this year that I was like, okay, you know, it's going to be this much. And it was actually, I thought it was going to be about $60 to $70 a month, but it ended up being way lower than I expected. It was down to about $40 a month. It ranges because of the change of the yen rate. And yeah, so that's a factor that you would have to decide upon, whether you're willing to pay that much every month for 25 months. And this is also a subscription that you can't cancel if you can accept paying that every month without canceling. This is something you can't return. So yeah, that's something you have to think about. But other than that, just the pencils alone, just trying these 2 sets, I'm very happy with my purchase. I love them so much. Just touching these pencils, I have to have them perfect, looking at me with their names. And they're just so smooth, the barrels. When I was coloring them with them, it didn't hinder me from coloring the square barrels. It felt very nice. It felt very comfortable to color with. And you know, with the square barrels, you can just leave it on your desk and you won't have to worry about it like rolling off your desk or anything like that. I love how the color of the lead, when you color it on the paper, it's exactly, this looks exactly the same. Looks like the barrel. Close enough. So I love the themes that they put together. So I can't wait to see all 25 or actually 23 now of the themes left for me to get. And yeah, especially the names also for each of the pencils, how creative it is for each of them. I wonder how long it took to figure out what to name them. Like this one, I don't even know what an elderflower spritz is, but it's a pretty like light blue, bluish green color. I really love it. It's like funny, encourage mint. So yeah, so it's really nice. It colors beautifully, and like I said, it blends nicely. It lays down very good and smooth, and I've actually tried it along with the Holbeins and they work well together also. So I don't see any problems with using these pencils along, you know, like blending it with other colored pencil sets. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Just overall, it's a beautiful, these Felissimo colored pencils are just beautiful pencils. I'm very happy that I am subscribed to get the whole set. I have no regrets, no regrets at all. I'm going to be happy every month getting or receiving a box from them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I received as my second set from Felissimo, and I hope my review of these pencils is helpful. I hope I didn't leave anything out and that I answered some of the questions that you might have been thinking about. And again, if you have any questions about the subscription, I do suggest you watch my first video where I explain a lot about it. I thought my first video was going to be my only long video for this series, but you know, I'm glad I added the review part for this video, just so I can have it continue on. And so for the next 23 videos about these Felissimo pencils, where I'm doing the unboxing and swatching of them, they should be shorter videos. And yeah, so remember, down below in the video description, the links to my first video and also the links to the Felissimo website will be available over there. And yeah, so thank you so much to everyone who commented on my first Felissimo video, and especially to Rebecca for her insight and tips about these pencils. And I thank all of you for watching this video. I hope to see you all at my next one. Please take care, keep safe and healthy, and happy colorings. Bye-bye.